consumer spending.
Instead of buying into the slogan of being Canadian, buy into your culture.
In the midst of an ongoing trade war, is the Buy Canadian movement losing momentum?
I don't think that it's starting to fade.
Hate-motivated graffiti.
How can anybody have so much hate in them anymore? It's saddening.
City property defaced with derogatory language ahead of the Pride Parade. And Miracle Treat Day.
It gives the families a chance to kind of pay back everything that they've offered to us.
Fundraising efforts to support sick children and their families in our community.
CTV News with Stefanie Masotti.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us, and welcome to those listening to us on AM 800. Trade tensions with the United States helped spark a shift in consumer habits. More Canadians choosing homegrown products, prompting grocers to stock and spotlight more domestic goods. But is that movement starting to lose its momentum? We sent Bob Belichico out to find out. Bob, what exactly did you find?
Well, consumers are still buying Canadian and local products, but some businesses, retailers like Metro, are saying that this Buy Canadian movement is starting to lose some of its luster.
Yeah, we're definitely buying Canadian. We're definitely buying in Canada.
The push to buy Canadian at grocery stores is still going strong, but according to Metro, one of the country's top grocers, and smaller stores like Fred's Farm Fresh, that movement may be losing a bit of momentum.
They got that taste in their mouth, you know, with Trump and all that other stuff. And I think they're still trying to, but it's not as important as it was, say, 6 months ago or 7 months ago. Shoppers
may not be as engaged with the slogan, but some say they are definitely committed to buying Canadian.
I think that people really do want to see, as Windsor especially, and Canada in general, to, you know, produce what they need and make sure that we buy our things so that we are promoting our own people.
Instead of buying into the slogan of being Canadian, buy into your culture, your local people. Go out and say hello to your friends. See your local butcher, your local market. Have a conversation.
Shoppers know that American products are on the shelf and are sometimes left with a decision.
I'm debating this purchase. I am. Wow. If I had a garden, I'd have my own.
Fred Buzide says Canadian-grown food is good, but sometimes isn't as good as American-grown.
For example, watermelons coming out of Canada, they're very good, but they don't compare like to Texas or Georgia watermelons. They're incredibly sweet. They're very good.
Buzide supports the Buy Canadian movement, but says tariffs are affecting the bottom line.
I mean, they put tariffs on certain things, on watermelons and a different kind of fruit that we're bringing in, and we've had to raise our prices, and we're not selling as much as we used to.
Tariffs have also forced Buzide and other grocers to change the way they purchase products.
Lemons, for example, coming out of California, certain price. Now we're getting them out of Argentina or Spain or something like that. So it's a further away. The prices got to be higher because of shipping costs.
Tariffs and counter-tariffs are impacting the cost of groceries, so retailers and grocers like Metro are on the lookout for suppliers in other countries to help minimize their costs. Stephanie?
Okay, Bob Belichico with our top story tonight. Thank you, Bob. So this leads us to our question of the day. Are you still prioritizing buying Canadian? Go to our website to cast your vote, ctvnewswindsor.ca. Yesterday, we asked if you worry about flight cancellations when you book a trip. 53% of respondents say no. We have breaking news out of Lakeshore, where emergency crews are on the scene of a serious marine incident. Details remain limited. We do know 4 people have been rushed to hospital. CTV's Travis Fortnum is there tonight. Travis, what exactly can you tell us?
Stephanie, out here on the shores of Lake St. Clair in East Lakeshore, out near Tilbury. Details are scarce at this hour, but here is what we do know. OPP say they are investigating a marine incident that sent 4 people to hospital. The scene is centered in the water off Kucher Beach Road. A resident down the shore tells CTV News they saw a jet ski in the water towing an inflatable. They say they saw 3 people on the craft, one being pulled when it slammed into a break wall. They describe a chaotic response, emergency vehicles crowding the narrow rural streets, boats rushing in from the water. Police aren't releasing details on the extent of the injuries sustained by the 4 victims. Stephanie, we expect more information as this investigation unfolds, and of course, CTV News will bring the latest.
Okay, Travis Fortnum reporting from near Tilbury tonight. Thank you for this, Travis. In other news, Windsor police say a 69-year-old man convicted of second-degree murder over 30 years ago has been arrested again, this time for driving impaired and violating the conditions of his parole. Officers say this collision happened near Tecumseh and Lincoln Road shortly after 7:30 Tuesday night. They arrived to find a black SUV with its front passenger side resting atop the hood and windshield of a parked vehicle. The suspect, Brian Hallam, was under strict parole conditions prohibiting alcohol consumption stemming from his 1992 conviction for second-degree murder. Windsor police are searching for a suspect for allegedly spraying hate-motivated graffiti targeted at both racial and 2S LGBTQ+ communities. Police released this photo today after officers were called to Ottawa Street this past Sunday. Participants in the Pride Parade reported multiple electrical boxes and garbage cans defaced with derogatory language. That's where we find CTV's
Stephanie, the offensive
Stefanie
messaging on this utility box behind me is now gone, but the Windsor Pride community says this was one of several spots where hateful graffiti was discovered during Sunday's Pride Parade here along Ottawa Street. What was supposed to be a day of celebration and love marred yet again by sign after sign after sign of hate.
It's getting tiring. How can anybody have so much hate in them anymore? It's saddening.
Some of the graffiti was cleaned up within hours, but as our cameras saw, not all of it could be erased in time. Among those who reported it was Ottawa Street BIA Chair Ettore Bonato, who spent part of the Pride Parade walking block after block with a paint roller in hand to remove the graffiti.
Windermere, all the way down to Parent, on foot, checking everything all out. And the city of Windsor was out also, and they were doing all the electrical boxes. On the way back, I already saw words written in magic marker on the electrical boxes. So paint over it again.
Bonato says Ottawa Street's diversity with LGBTQ+ residents, newcomers, and longtime ethnic communities has made the area a target.
This type of hate graffiti, I find it a lot here. I fought 40 years ago for my rights. It is just amazing how all of a sudden we all have to fight again.
For the president of the Windsor Pride community, this is more than a nuisance, it's intimidation.
To you, it's just graffiti. To somebody else, that's a threat. It makes us have to look over our shoulders every time we walk down the street.
And Windsor police numbers show these reports are not slowing down. There were 32 hate-motivated reports in 2023, 39 in 2024, and 37 already in 2025, with 4 months of the year still to go. While police investigate these incidents, Bonato says the real message back to the vandals is simple.
We're not scared of you, and we're going to be who we want to be.
And as for Nicholson, she says she's committed to confronting hate head-on, no matter how often it appears.
I will come back every time, and I will speak out on it every time.
And Windsor police urge anyone who witnesses hateful graffiti at any time to report it to their major crimes unit, or you can report it to Crime Stoppers if you wish to remain anonymous. Stephanie.
Please do. Okay, Sanjay Maru tonight. Thank you for this, Sanjay. If you have plans to fly Air Canada over the next few days, start to look for other options. The national airline suspended 500 flights by tomorrow, and come Saturday at 1 a.m., a complete grounding of all flights. Here's CTV's Sean Leathong.
Storming in on their employer, about 24 Air Canada flight attendants picket inside a news conference that was organized by the airline.
We want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be valued for the work that we do.
Members stand holding signs accusing Air Canada of forcing unpaid work. This as the airline begins canceling flights, winding down operations towards a total shutdown.
It's simply not the kind of system that we can start or stop at the push of a button.
At the start of the day, Air Canada leadership outlined what the shutdown would look like. It includes several dozen cancellations Thursday, around 500 cancellations on Friday, with all flights grounded by Saturday if a deal is not reached in time. The first cancellations to be mostly international long-haul flights set to take off Thursday night. At Pearson Airport in Toronto, an information desk has been set up to help travelers who are concerned.
I'm concerned about getting back from my destination. That's about it.
I'm hoping it'll be very short-lived and resolved really quickly. If not, I guess we're finding another ride home.
The airline saying all canceled flights will be offered a refund as they try to rebook for those who are stranded, but seats are limited.
And it looks like we're going to have to pay out of pocket probably about $900 for a new flight.
We are extremely disappointed by CUPE's decision, which threatens to disrupt the travel plans of more than 130,000 customers a day.
The airline saying their latest offer, a 38% raise, including benefits, that would make Air Canada the best compensated flight attendants in the country.
One of the lowest rates.
Bargaining team member Natasha Steya says the airline isn't being truthful.
We're not the highest paid, and with the increase that they're proposing, we still would not be the highest paid.
As both sides argue over compensation and what the union is calling unpaid work, at this point, there's little either side can agree on.
We have been at the table, sitting and waiting. We've been talking with the conciliators. We've been there. But the employer, they left.
We never left the table. We are engaged throughout the entire process.
Air Canada has asked the federal government to step in and force mediation, with Federal Labour Minister Patty Hajdu saying the government is available, but I urge both parties to put their differences aside, come back to the bargaining table, and get this done now for the many travelers who are counting on you. Shantley Thong, CTV News.
Now, the impact of the strike will be profound. So if you're one of those holding tickets and looking for alternatives, we do have you covered. CTV's Adrian Gobriel has checked out some of the options.
Labor stoppage or not, you should still be able to get off the ground, according to industry watchers.
If you already have an Air Canada ticket booked and paid for, then Air Canada has to buy you a ticket.
In the case of an active strike, which is classified as outside an airline's control, large companies such as Air Canada are required by legislation to rebook customers on a new reservation for the next available flight that is operated by any carrier.
Any carrier means any airline, including but not limited to the airline's competitors.
On their website, Air Canada says customers whose flights are canceled will be notified and they will be eligible for a full refund. Air passenger rights advocates are advising customers against accepting a reimbursement.
One important thing to remember is do not accept a refund. Refund can be a way for airlines to wash their hands from their obligations to rebook you.
If you don't have a ticket and are looking to book travel in or out of Canada over the next several days, you might be in for a shock. The cheapest round-trip ticket departing Toronto tomorrow and returning from Vancouver next Friday costs more than $1,300. The same week-long round-trip ticket leaving September 5th, returning September 12th, is going for as little as $273. It all comes down to supply and demand that influences strategic pricing by the airlines.
Last-minute ticket prices, which always tend to be higher, and a substantial sudden increase in demand that is pushing prices up due to what might be a strike at Air Canada.
Adrian Gobriel, CTV News.
Meteorologist Gary Archibald joining me now for a first look at the weather from the top of the Bell Building tonight, where, Gary, a quiet night ahead of us.
It's quiet and, generally speaking, calm. It's been warm but not oppressive. It's been a lovely day, and in fact, I think the breeze that will continue tonight into tomorrow morning will help to keep things relatively comfortable. Not much to see across southern Ontario with the satellite radar imagery. We've been mostly sunny, in particular through the latter stage of the afternoon, now into the early stage of the evening. I'm anticipating it to be warm but comfortably cooling down, even by midnight, hovering around 19 to 20, 21 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, more sunshine and warming up to about 30 possibly. The humidex could make it feel much warmer. I'll break down the weekend forecast and talk about real cooling headed our way for next week. That's coming up. For now, I'll send it back inside to you.
The Fancy Family Hospital is one step closer to getting shovels in the ground. Today announcing construction manager Ellis Don will oversee the first phase of the multi-billion-dollar project. Now, phase 1 includes the construction of an administration center, simulation training center, classrooms and office space, a multi-level parking garage, and essential infrastructure to support the future phases of the hospital build. Now, Ellis Don was selected through a competitive procurement process, chosen after a proven experience managing the multiple buildings of hospitals across the province. Now, in addition, following another competitive selection process, Diamond Schmidt's Architects was selected to lead the planning and design of the project. And later this year, a separate tendering process will be initiated with Infrastructure Ontario for the major construction on the new hospital. Breaking ground is expected in early 2026, if not sooner, and the first phase is expected to take 3 years to complete.
This is a major milestone in the project's history, selecting the first constructor on the first phase of this project. It's really seeing this project come to light. It's been a vision. It's been a story for so long. We haven't seen shovels in the ground, and this is a major step forward to seeing that come to reality really soon.
From sweet treats to pounding the pavement to local fundraisers are helping sick kids and their families. One is happening right now at Dairy Queen. The other, led by DKI Windsor Essex, is coming up next month. CTV's Chris Campbell has more.
At Dairy Queen in Tecumseh, today's blizzard is more than just a cool treat. Miracle Treat Day sends every net dollar from blizzard sales to Children's Miracle Network hospitals, including pediatric care in Windsor.
When he was 7, he was hospitalized, started here in Windsor, but he had to be shipped to London's Children's Hospital, where he was put into an induced coma for a few days.
For Windsor's patient ambassador Luca and family, the fundraiser hits close to home.
It's a good way to get the kids that have been through these programs in touch with what they've actually gone through. A lot of them don't even realize that they were young when they first started there. So it gives the families a chance to kind of pay back everything that they've offered to us.
And next month, DKI Windsor Essex is stepping up their Footsteps for Families 5K walk run at Walkerville Brewery on September 7th. Will support Ronald McDonald House charities.
We are excited. We've already raised 20, but we have a $25,000 goal. So all we ask for the families in Windsor Essex to come out for a fun afternoon at Walkerville Brewery. We're excited to partner with them and Running Factory for this 5K walk and run.
Windsor's Ronald McDonald House inside Windsor Regional Hospital has helped 6,800 families since opening in 2016, but demand is growing.
See, we can't support 4 out of 5 families that need our services. Unfortunately, we do turn families away.
Organizers hope events like this not only bring in more donations, but also awareness.
The need is there, and the need is growing across the country, actually probably globally, but the need to support children who are in hospital is just increasing.
It's very hard, but I have a big heart for Windsor Essex. They are generally the most caring and giving people that I'm so proud to be a Windsorite, to be here because everybody has stepped up and do the challenge. So we hope that the families in Windsor Essex could do the same, even if it's a small donation.
From buying a blizzard to lacing up for a run, Windsor Essex is finding ways to keep families close when it matters most. Chris Campbell, CTV News.
Still ahead on Windsor's News Leader, a major milestone at Manning and County Road 42, but get ready, traffic's about to get even slower. Call it Diamond Dominance. They swung for glory and brought home the title. Still ahead, how the Windsor Selects are making history. Start your day with the latest local news. By signing up for our newsletter, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca. Ontario's Special Investigations Unit is looking into a fatal police shooting at the Turkey Point Marina near Port Dover. And as CTV's Jerry Dewan tells us, the tragedy follows an apparent high-speed chase on Lake Erie.
The SIU and OPP were both on scene near the dead end of Clubhouse Road in Turkey Point. A personal watercraft sat covered in OPP tape in the nearby marina. Darcy Lemon works at a jet ski rental outlet where the marina channels enter Lake Erie. He spotted the watercraft going high speeds as it entered the channels around 1 Tuesday afternoon.
He was going at least like 120 kilometers an hour. That's like top speed on those brand new jet skis.
Following close behind were police and the Coast Guard.
We saw him come flying through, and then maybe 30 seconds later, like 4 police boats and a Coast Guard boat come chasing in after him.
Our office received a call just after 1 p.m. yesterday afternoon of an individual coming in fast into our waterway.
Brad Thompson is general manager of McDonald Turkey Point Marina. Staff called him after seeing the man abandon the jet ski and run into the wooded area.
We checked all the boats. We didn't know the severity of the situation, and then we seen the K9 folks roll in.
Thompson says staff occasionally have to deal with boaters who enter the marina at unsafe speeds, but he says a review of surveillance video made it clear that this was something very different. A short time after the man left the marina property, Thompson heard the sound of gunfire.
And one of the officers said there's been shots fired, so we evacuated the area, locked our staff down, and then the police had me lock C-row down so nobody could get in or out.
At this point, the SIU is only saying that the watercraft caught police attention on the lake, but haven't said why. They say there was an interaction in the wooded area, and the 22-year-old male was hit simultaneously by a round from an Enfield anti-riot weapon and a firearm. He was pronounced deceased at the scene. Lemon says it's hard to understand how it all unfolded.
We get down here with like complaints, and the cops will show up, but never nothing like that. Like that's something you'd see like down in like Mexico or down in the States.
The SIU has assigned 4 investigators to the case. In Turkey Point, Jerry Dewan, CTV News.
A walkout disrupted the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario's annual general meeting last night. It followed the election of a new executive team, a result that has sparked concern among some members over a perceived lack of diversity in the union's leadership. CTV's Janice Goulding has the story.
En masse, hundreds of black educators and their allies walked out of a banquet inside the Sheridan Centre. An act of protest that sent a clear message to the Elementary Teachers Federation of Ontario.
Black voices were basically silenced and erased from ETFO's provincial executive.
This is a troubling step backwards in representation, equity, and the commitment to dismantling systemic barriers within our federation.
This week, over 700 delegates elected a new provincial executive, but that executive did not include any black members.
We had 3 black candidates run for elections, and not a single one of them was elected.
In March, the Ontario Human Rights Commission released a report called Dreams Delayed, addressing systemic anti-black racism and discrimination in Ontario's public education system. In response, ETFO reinforced its commitment to, quote, building a future free from anti-black racism, promising to expand its efforts to address the issue by creating black educator leadership programs, launching a public campaign to recruit more black educators, and providing financial support and funding for aspiring black educators. Empty promises, say those gathered at the Sheridan.
You need to walk the talk. ETFO is not doing that.
We will not be silenced and we will not be erased. Period. End of story.
ETFO's new president-elect David Maston told CTV News he was not prepared to speak on this, and ETFO did not have another spokesperson available. However, in a closed-door meeting, outgoing President Karen Brown read a statement saying members need to reflect on what happened, adding, solidarity that does not include confronting anti-black racism is not solidarity. It's a slogan. A union that ignores its own black members' struggles is not a union. It's a club for the comfortable. Janice Goulding, CTV News.
The Windsor Islamic Association says the purchase of the former Western Secondary School in Amherstburg is now complete. The school closed in June of 2022. A WIA school board member tells AM 800 upgrades are underway and will open in September. Both Ann Noor Private School and Windsor Islamic High School will be housed in the new school. He says they are expecting up to 450 elementary students and 100 high school students when they open the doors stores next month. Some new signs went up this morning on Brock Street, advising drivers it's no longer a two-way street. The section between Sandwich Street and Peters Street is now a one-way street. Traffic is only permitted to travel eastbound. The city says the permanent change took effect at 7 a.m. The goal is to create more on-street parking spaces. Officials are urging drivers to watch for new traffic signs and use caution in the area. And construction of the roundabout at County Road 42 in Manning has reached the halfway point, but traffic in the area is about to slow down even more. All concrete surfaces have now been poured on the east side of the roundabout. Final asphalt surfaces are being poured now for the east side approach and exit curves. Starting Monday, north-south traffic along Manning Road will flip sides. Traffic will take the turns proceeding along a single lane around the east side of the half circle, and road crews will begin work on the west side of the roundabout. Completion is scheduled for the end of September. Canada's main stock index finished lower today, weighed down by losses in the technology sector. In Toronto, the TSX fell 77 points. In New York, the Dow lost 11, the Nasdaq down 2. The Canadian dollar dropped 1/5 of a cent. On commodity markets, gold fell $25 an ounce and oil gained $1.31 a barrel.
She's told me she'll stab me in my sleep.
A secret extremist network luring teens through video games. Coming up, one mom speaks out and asks, where are the police?
Let's look at our CTV News weather snapshot. Thanks to Jonathan Brown for sending in this great image. Just ahead, will the sunny weather continue into the weekend, and where temperatures headed next week may surprise.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app.
Gorgeous sunshine today with a breeze. Gary joins me again with an extended look at the weather. Gary.
Yeah, a mixture of sun and cloud today. Temperatures near 30 degrees in parts of extreme southwestern Ontario. It wasn't a bad day because it was warm but comfortable, relatively speaking, for most, I would think. The breeze out of the northeast was sustained throughout the day, so 29 did feel like the lower 30s, but it was still comfortable enough, especially if you were down by the river in Windsor, perhaps along the shores of Lake St. Clair, Lake Erie. Moderate was the classification of the air quality. It was not great today. It wasn't horrible, but it was in the moderate range on a scale of 1 to 10. It was between 5 and 6, and that's the story this evening. So let's talk a little bit more about temperatures. We're between 26 degrees in Chatham-Kent, 79 Fahrenheit there, 82 or 28 degrees Celsius in Windsor. A mixture of sun and cloud, a bit hazy, but some blue patches of gorgeous sky above as well. The humidex, not inhospitable. It feels like about 32. In Chatham-Kent, 33. The winds again sustained at around 20 with higher gusts at times have helped to make things feel much better. The prairies have cooled off, save for southern Manitoba, but southern Saskatchewan, certainly southern Alberta, in the lower 20s there. In the teens in Calgary, about 15. We are at 27 at the airport in Toronto for our friends and family. All right, so ridge high pressure is keeping things quiet for the most part, and that's why we aren't anticipating much in the form of showers or thunderstorms. A few little pockets are rising up and could mean some late evening showers, but I think most of it stays stateside in Michigan. And for the most part, tonight is quiet. In fact, we will be looking at maybe some fog through the pre-dawn, early morning hours, and then sunny and beautiful. Speaking of tonight, we are down to about 20 degrees at midnight, clear, feeling like 25 instead of 32 or 34. A couple of weeks ago, it was really tough through the overnight. So where do we go from here? Take a look at our Sal's heating and cooling 7-day forecast. 30 degrees tomorrow, feels like 35 at peak, mostly sunny in the afternoon, increase in cloudiness after a sunny start Saturday, high of 32, showers in the afternoon, evening. Sunday 28 and about a 40% chance of showers. Monday 27 Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 25 on Thursday with sunshine. The trend is to cool off a bit as we head towards the middle to end of next week.
Lifetime. Brought to you by Safeguard Medical Alert Systems.
A Canadian mother is warning other parents tonight about a terrifying American online extremist network that targeted her teenage daughter. The group lures vulnerable youth through seemingly innocent video game platforms to manipulate and exploit them in horrific ways. It has been the target of police stings in the United States, but little has been done about it by Canadian law enforcement. Terry Fikowski has more in this exclusive report.
This quiet rural community is the last place you'd expect a child to be targeted by a violent international extremist network, but that's the living nightmare unfolding for the mother of a 14-year-old girl in small-town central Alberta. CTV is not identifying her or the family's location for their safety.
She locks herself in her room. She doesn't want to associate with anyone in the home.
Her daughter struggled with her mental health for years, but things escalated to a frightening tipping point roughly a year ago.
She'd written on her wall in blood. She had cut herself here and carved on her legs.
She also discovered disturbing sexually exploitive pictures and conversations on her phone with a member of 764, an ideologically motivated child exploitation enterprise formed in 2021, named after the founder's zip code in Texas. The founder of the group, who was just 15 at the time, is now serving an 80-year prison sentence, and the FBI has charged other alleged leaders. A few teens have been charged here in Canada, but the RCMP says 764 operates under a number of different aliases, making it hard to pin down and remains a serious threat.
It is a combination of neo-Nazism, Satanism, and self-harm. They also call it accelerationism, which means basically trying to get to the point where it's anarchy.
Members use encrypted platforms like the instant messaging service Discord. They also use popular online games Roblox and Minecraft to recruit youth.
The most disturbing stuff that you can imagine. Not only are they getting kids to self-harm, but they're also convincing their kids to, kill and mutilate animals, family pets, abuse siblings.
She's told me she'll stab me in my sleep.
Desperate to protect her family, this mother took away her daughter's phone and devices, only to learn she was still accessing the platforms at school, and says seeking support from the school board, healthcare system, and police has been an exhausting uphill battle.
She doesn't think I care, but I'm doing this all because I love her.
Nobody has been charged, but she's not giving up. Terry Fikowski, CTV News in Central Alberta.
Meanwhile, YouTube is rolling out a new policy aimed at keeping kids from accessing age-restricted content. Started in the U.S., the video platform is testing an artificial intelligence tool tasked with figuring out if a user is under 18 years of age. YouTube will analyze factors like how long an account has been active and the types of videos being shared. Suspected minors will see restrictions placed on what they're able to access in a move panned by privacy experts. Adults who are improperly flagged will have to prove their age using a credit card, ID, or selfie.
Coming up, we have some Wither baby news, and what else, Johnny?
We got classic cars, country night in the county, and dropped on Drew Lard.
Stay tuned.
Acclaimed comedian Jerry D is bringing the laughs to the Coliseum stage on his Funny You Should Say That tour Friday, October 17th. Enter online at ctvwindsor.ca for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to see Jerry D at Caesars Windsor, plus a $250 gift card.
Now, turning to our new weekly segment, What's Up YQG with Johnny Parks from our sister radio station Virgin Radio and our own Melanie Kentner. Now, you guys have a look at some of the entertainment options this weekend, but first, I understand you do have an update from Hannah Witherby.
Yes, Hannah had her baby on Saturday, Theodore Jason Hamilton. So, Johnny, I understand you got to see the adorable little guy already.
Oh, yeah. Hannah and Teddy are both doing so well. He's so tiny and so cute. And I actually got to visit them in the hospital when I brought Hannah a beef and cheddar sandwich.
She must have loved that after her gestational diabetes pregnancy diet.
Oh, she's been looking forward to it. I got her a matcha latte as well to go with it.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations, Hannah and Kevin. Okay, now for a look at what's happening this weekend. Windsor's only all-day urban street and culture festival is back in the heart of Ford City.
Yeah, dropped on Drouillard. That's on Saturday starting at 11 a.m. They close Drouillard to traffic from Trenton Street to Richmond Street and pack Ford City with live art, music, food, drink, skateboarding, a car show, and of course lots of local vendors to support.
Well, Ford City has so many great businesses and has become such a cool spot.
Yeah, it's always a good time. I love me some Sawyer's barbecue.
Yes. Well, another event they'll be shutting down the streets for is the Kingsville Block Party.
Yeah, that's also on Saturday from 5 to 10 p.m. on King Street and Chestnut Street in downtown Kingsville. And this is a country night. So not only will they have the food, the vendors and businesses, activities for the kids, but there will also be local bands playing, free line dancing instruction, and a mechanical bull from Kingsville Pro Rodeo.
So how long do you think you could last on the bull?
That usually depends on how many beverages I've enjoyed. And trust me, you definitely don't want to see me do the line dancing either.
Actually, I would like to see that. And tomorrow, downtown Windsor is going car crazy.
Yes, the Olet Car Cruise is going to bring out classic cars, custom vehicle enthusiasts, and celebrate the deep automotive roots that we have here in Windsor. So cruisers will gather at Riverfront Festival Plaza at 1 p.m. if you want to check out the cars and the vendors that will be there. And then the cruise itself starts at 6 p.m. and goes until 9 o'clock.
So that'll mean some pretty crazy traffic in that area.
Yeah, if you don't want to see this event, probably stay away. They're going to tour from Olet to Tecumseh Road East and from Riverside Drive to Paulette Road. I was actually thinking about entering my car, but I don't know how much interest there is in a rusty 2014 Chevy Equinox with the check engine light on. Maybe next year.
Not sure if that counts as classic. Well, we've got the links to all the events on our website. Thanks, Johnny, and that's What's Up YQG.
Okay, thanks, guys. Now, the Windsor Selects are back at the top of the junior baseball mountain in Canada.
The 1-2 pitch on the way. Strike three, and that's going to do it. The Windsor Selects are your 2025 junior national champions.
The Windsor Selects under-22 baseball team is back from Nova Scotia after winning the national title. Lucas Laprise hit a 2-run homer to help lead the Selects to a 2-0 win over the Halifax Mets in the final. It's the 4th gold medal for Windsor to go along with 6 silver and 4 bronzes won in the last 25 years.
Bertie Sulier, who started it, put it together, brought the best players from the county into one team, and it's been going on ever since. It's just a ton of talent, a ton of kids that get opportunity to play post-secondary baseball in the States and here, and just, yeah, couldn't be more proud of them.
Now, if you want to be part of the FIFA World Cup in Toronto, but you don't want to pay for tickets, this could be your way in. Volunteer applications are now open for the tournament. The city says it's looking for more than 3,000 volunteers in several different areas, including fan experiences, accessibility services, media operations, and event logistics. Toronto is set to host 6 matches, including the men's national team's home opener. More information can be found on the city and FIFA's websites. The World Cup hits the pit next June. You used to call him on your cell phone, or at least that's how the hit Drake song goes. But now the Toronto singer is apparently turning to some older technology. Take a look at this. There's a new attraction of sorts outside of Drake's Bridle Path Mansion, a payphone booth. There's been no shortage of speculation online about what the hardware is doing there, but it popped up as he continues to work on an upcoming album. Sinead O'Connor is reportedly set to join the list of music artists who've received the biopic treatment. Variety reports a film is in the works that will focus on the early life and her career of the Irish musician. The article suggests the movie will also touch on her outspoken activism, drawing attention to painful aspects of Irish history and the legacy of the Catholic Church. There's no word on potential release dates. O'Connor died in 2023 at the age of 56. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you have thoughts or comments on a story? Drop us a line at 10400. See news in the making? Well, snap a photo or take a video. You can send that to the same number.
This is your CTV Windsor Our Community Calendar. Stroll the grounds of historic Fort Malden, August 23rd to the 24th, during the Gibson Gallery's 58th Annual Art by the River Festival, where more than 160 exhibitors will be showcasing their artistic talents. See you next time on Our Community.
It's time to check in on what's happening now. Melanie, you are back with news about the new bridge.
That's right, Stephanie. We have new video of the ongoing construction of the Gordie Howe Bridge. The video travels from the perimeter, showing access roads, and then moves across the bridge. Recent updates to the 130-acre site include more landscaping, signage, fencing, parking spots, and light poles. You can also see the pedestrian path up to and across the bridge is now complete. We've got more on the project online.
And we've also got an article online, Melanie, about a boost for Windsor's art gallery.
Yes, longtime supporters of Art Windsor Essex have made a large donation to the gallery. John and Pam Rodzik have matched a $100,000 community donation, bringing the total amount to $200,000. The gallery will now be able to deliver over 10 exhibitions in 2026 and over 400 community and education programs. And in our social spotlight, when you're trying to help a bug and it backfires.
You got it. You can do it. You gotta flip it.
Okay, now this may be a bit of an overreaction, but they weren't expecting that insect to start flopping around. But I think sometimes it's better to leave nature alone, Stephanie.
I agree. I mean, obviously the kids are very interested, and that's a great thing. But you know what? Let's go inside for 20 minutes. We can watch it through the window. And then, yes, let nature take its course, and it's probably would be gone when you return.
Yeah, might have unlocked a lifelong fear of bugs right there.
Okay, thank you, Melanie. And that's what's happening now. Skybound again. When we return, the 92-year-old pilot who climbed back into the cockpit. It would be a beautiful day to be on the water, that's for sure.
Yes, you're right about that. Nice breeze down by the river as well. And it looks like we'll see some more sunshine for tomorrow. Let's take one more look at our Sal's heating and cooling 7-day forecast. The highs and lows expected will still be in the low 30s the next couple of days. Sunny for the most part tomorrow. A high of 30. Could feel like about 35 to 37. So it's going to be a warm, bit humid as well. Saturday, increasing cloudiness in the afternoon, a high of 32. A good chance of seeing showers overnight into Sunday morning. Sunday down to 28 on a mostly cloudy day. 27's the story Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then down to 25 on Thursday. Next week will be more seasonal for this time of the year.
Okay. A 92-year-old pilot took to the skies this week, flying the same kind of plane that started his career in the Royal Canadian Air Force. As CTV's Miriam Vels-Carletti reports, the flight happened because of a chance meeting and an act of kindness.
It's been 70 years since Ron DeHolke flew inside a Harvard aircraft. He trained in this type of plane as a pilot in 1956 for the Royal Canadian Air Force.
The training program was leading to the fact that if there was a war, you were going to be able to fly a fighter, and be a defend your country, so to speak.
Last weekend, DeHolke struck up a conversation with pilot Brock Allison at the Cooking Lake Airport. It just so happened Allison owns the same type of iconic plane DeHolke once flew in.
Brock was nice enough to offer me a ride, so here we are.
Giving the former pilot a chance to fly again was a no-brainer.
People like Ron, you know, are a connection with history. Here's a real live person that used to fly these planes and was training in the Air Force.
Standing beside the yellow plane turned the clock back 7 decades.
I've got that same feeling again today because it's been such a long time since I've been in one. So I feel like I'm starting all over again almost.
With a bit of help, he's back inside the cockpit. How do you feel?
Excited, just nervous, happy.
Ready for takeoff.
He still remembers the power settings that he would use for takeoff, climb, cruise, aerobatics.
Taking a try at the control wheel in the air, DeHolke is transported back to his 20s, grateful for a chance to relive his past.
Brock, I am so thankful I can't even express it.
A smooth ride all around, with only one regret.
I did want to do a loop. I should have tried one, but I'm chicken. But man, it was fantastic.
Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Wow, an incredible story. I'm so happy for him.
Yes.
92.
Right,
and
looks great.
And to go through that experience once again. And again, he has so many stories.
Yes.
So many interesting stories to tell, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Flying an antique. And I like the fact that they reproduced the shot of him in
Yes.
his 20s and then 92.
Exactly.
It's amazing.
And the fact that he remembered all the different buttons, exactly incredible.
Controls, yeah.
Okay, on behalf of our dedicated team here at CTV News Windsor, thank you for watching.
Ricardo and I will be back with your only late local newscast at 11.
Good night.
Good night.